Hi, I'm Maddie, and I'm here today to talk about emotional support animals. Yeah, I'm speaking as a college student. I have 2 guinea pigs in my dorm. Their names are Sheldon and Leonard, and they're really, really cute. I got them before I came for my 2nd year. But here, I'll go get the pigs for you. So I've got a really big carrot for little Sheldon here, and you can't eat that whole thing, because with guinea pigs, you have to be really careful what their diet is. Sorry, Leonard is very upset that he is not getting carrots right now. So he's gonna keep himself occupied while we hang out here. You smell. You're stinky. This is Sheldon. He's just gonna sit in my lap and eat a carrot. I'm so sorry, Leonard. He's really upset. Leonard! Lenny. That should shut him up. So there are a few really awesome things about having emotional support animals and a few hard things about them. I'm gonna go through both of them, those good things and the bad things. One of the best things about having an emotional support animal, and the reason that I feel that they actually work, is because when you come back to the dorm, you are not just thinking about yourself. You're not thinking about your assignments all the time. You're not thinking about your social life or whatever's going on. You're thinking about the animal. Because when you get back, the first thing I think of is like, okay, what do the guinea pigs need? Do they need food? Do they need water? Do they need whatever? Like, do I need to clean their cage? All that stuff. Like, kind of maintaining the daily routine of having an animal is a really, really great distraction from all the other stuff that goes on when you go to college. Here, we're gonna put you on this pillow. So I went through my whole first year here without an emotional support animal, and I had a really great year, but the thing was I just didn't feel like myself. Having come from a home filled with my siblings and my parents and my dogs, everything kind of hustling and bustling when I was at home, it was a really big change to have a space where I was being quiet because I had a roommate or just kind of being alone. It was something that actually really ended up impacting me a lot. I was talking to one of my friends who had an emotional support animal and still does, and starting to think like, oh, maybe that's something that could help me stop feeling so anxious and kind of worried and sad that I'm alone, and kind of just all those negative feelings that I was getting from being by myself or just like with a roommate in the room. I was trying to find a place where I could get them to go away. So I talked with my counselor, and we decided that this was probably a good option for me, because I knew that one of the biggest resources that I had at home was my dogs being there, and just like knowing that when I got home, like it wasn't even just my family, like I could like sit on the couch and pet my dog and just relax for a really long time. And it was just a really, really great thing to have that I lost when I came to school. So the number one thing that can be an issue though is their care. It's a lot of work, and whenever you're talking about emotional support animals, you'll probably hear people saying this, but it's the same as just having a pet at home. I need to clean their cage regularly, daily. I need to make sure that they have enough food. I need to make sure I get home in time so that way I can let them out of their cage and let them have floor time. Just kind of make sure that I'm taking good care of them and giving them the attention that they need. And the same thing goes for like a cat or other like small animals that you would have in a dorm, is that you also, in addition to them caring for you, they're living their life whenever you're not in the room. So you need to make sure that you are giving them proper care and what they need to be happy themselves. So other things to think about before you get an emotional support animal are you need to make sure that if you have a roommate, is okay with it. So I don't have a roommate this year because I'm an RA, and it's really nice because I didn't have to get the permission of anyone else to be able to bring these guys to school, other than obviously the administration, and had to do the proper paperwork to make sure and work with my doctor and my counselor to make sure that this was the right solution for me. That's another good thing about having them though, is that because I'm living alone, I feel a lot less lonely when I come back to the room because I have these guys waiting for me. The big thing is to make sure that if you're a college student, that the college policies allow emotional support animals. Don't just assume that your college allows them. I had to do some research into like how to go through the proper paperwork and the proper networks to be able to get in contact with the right people to make sure that everything is properly documented, because a lot of schools, most schools, don't allow pets in the dorm other than like fish. One thing that is hard about having an emotional support animal is that a lot of the time people will question it, and they'll think things like, oh, you just have animals in your dorm because you just want a pet and you just said to your counselor that you needed one, and so they wrote you a letter and whatever. But like, that's really not true at all. Really, they are here for my mental health, you know, to make sure that I'm in the best spot as far as mental wellness goes, so that I'm best able to accomplish all my academic goals and make sure that I'm on the right track to graduate. Having these in my dorm is a big deal in that it really assists in me getting through my day-to-day life, you know, and it's not just a pet. They're here to help. The truth is, college is a really big transition. If you think about it, it's as if you were working on a project for 18 years and then suddenly you finished that project and someone told you, okay, now start over. Like, that's crazy, you know, to go away from all the things that you've known to something entirely different and to have to try and be expected to just transition smoothly. That's really difficult, and a lot of people struggle with it, and that's why it's good to make sure that you're going to a college where you feel like you're gonna have the right resources and access to things that you think will help you. So if that means that you're looking to go to a college that allows emotional support animals, here you go. The other thing to think about is cost. So I'm a college student and I don't have a source of income other than like my work study position, and so the thing to think about is, can I afford to have an animal right now? Because these guys cost a lot of money. I have to get their food, I have to get their hay and stuff, and their bedding and all the things that I need to take care of, their like cage and things like that, and I had to buy all the cage supplies, and it's just like a regular expense kind of thing. Plus, if they ever need to go to the vet, stuff like that, like emergency expenses, you just have to make sure that you're financially equipped to be able to take care of an animal, because it can be a lot. It can be a financial burden. Yeah, you're eating a lot of this carrot. I feel like you should probably be done. This has a lot of sugar in it. I know it seems like a healthy snack, but guinea pigs can't have too much of one veggie. So one other big thing to think about when you're looking at getting an emotional support animal is care when you're away. So something that I had to decide upon before I got emotional support animals was whether or not I wanted to study abroad, whether or not I was gonna be traveling back and forth home regularly. I can't be bringing them back and forth from school to home because like that's a lot of work and it's not fair to them. So I had to make the decision like, okay, I'm not going to be making regular trips home for the weekend because I can't just like drag them back and forth. And then the other thing is, I had to choose basically in advance not to study abroad, because if I chose to study abroad, I'd need to find care for them here, and my family just like is way too busy to care for guinea pigs, and a lot of people like are unwilling to take on a project that big, like to go away for months at a time. Plus, like, what impact does that have on them, you know, messing up with their daily routine and their schedule and you not being around. But ultimately, I'm really, really happy that I have them, and I think that they're so worth all of the things that I had to go through to get them and all the things that I have to do to take care of them and love them. And they're one of my favorite parts about my life here at college, because I feel like I always have someone or something, whatever, an animal that is going to be here and I can always go to and pet and share a snack with, right? I'm not eating your carrot though, that's disgusting. Can I have a kiss? Don't pee on my pillow, please. All right, Sheldon's gonna say goodbye because I'm afraid he's gonna pee. That is about it. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'll have lots of different varied content. I'm kind of just starting to figure out what's going on here. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed.